Senior Day, a perfect way to celebrate and remember all of the accomplishments of this group of leaders. Welcome to Nashville, Tennessee, First Bank Stadium, home to the Commodores of Vanderbilt. As we'll see a squad from the SEC, the Nebraska Cornhuskers, taking on a team that ranks in the top 5 in this conference, the Vanderbilt Commodores. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. David Pollack from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field. The Huskers will put toe to leather and we'll get started. Fielded in the end zone, it's Brown. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. He leaves it with his back. Works his way ahead for 3. They'll spot it at the 18.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Finds a tight end. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. And how about taking a big chunk out of this defense on the opening drive?
And with the speed they have on the perimeter, Reese, no doubt, they want to come out here and test this secondary, test these DBs, and they know they've got the QB with the arm talent to get the ball there. That's a great start for this offense.
And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down.
And defensively, one of the most important things is stopping the run, being physical up front. That was too easy for this offense. You can't give up 5 and 6 yards a pop on the ground. Like, that is a recipe for disaster. They've got to be more physical, get off the ball, get downhill faster.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. We'll see if they go back to the air after the incompletion. It's 3rd and 5. Can't make the connection on 3rd down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's 4th down.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. And the critical down and distances in this game, like that 3rd down right there, when it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You got to be able to make that play.
This offense wants to establish an aggressive identity. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Looking to the big tight end. Caught on the outside. It's Stowers. He'll be forced out of bounds. Big pickup on the play, and they'll mark him down at the 28. The Commodores are rolling down the field. Looking for room. It's Alexander. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming.
That's a really nice play. It's impressive. Once 1st down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Caught close to the marker. It's Hoskins. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the 1st down. And the Commodores come to the line with a fresh set of downs. They'll send the back in motion. Now from inside the red zone. Looking for the score. Can't make the grab as he was looking for his man right at the goal line.
This is the matchup everyone was excited to see in this football game, and it doesn't take long to get to it. One of the best receivers in the game, one of the best corners in the game, one-on-one, quarterback taking a shot, and early on, it's the corner who wins, knocking it away for the incompletion. That won't be the last time these two guys go toe-to-toe, but this is where your eyes need to be all game long.
This drive was clicking along, but after a couple of misfires, threatening to stall out on 3rd and 10. Fires into the end zone. Throws it back across his body, and what do you think happened? Intercepted.
That is the perfect start for a defense that has really struggled against the pass this season. They're in the bottom portion, okay? Have struggled, but opening drive, making a statement. Maybe this creates some momentum. Maybe this turns the tide for this defense.
If you want to look on the bright side, at least you can pile up a bunch of yards if you can move the ball, because it is a long way to the end zone. Leaves it with the running back. Finds just a bit of room. He'll pick up a couple to the 11.
Listen, the offensive coordinator's best friend in the red zone is the running game. Make guys commit near the line of scrimmage so I can throw behind. This defense is good, but I'm going to challenge them. I'm going to try to be the more physical team. I love the play call. I think you keep running the football and stay physical.
Got 3 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 7. Looking downfield, it's Raiola. Makes the grab. And he was able to run through a tackle, and they finally get him, but not until he picks up the 1st down. The offense has it 1st and 10 from their own 20. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Throws for the tight end. Got it in the middle. It's Markway. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34. 1st and 10. Wants to throw on 1st down. The sure hands, it's Key. And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a 1st down. It was quite a burden for Dylan Raiola a year ago, viewed as the Nebraska football savior. So, Jesse, how should he approach growth and improvement in his sophomore season?
Well, I think you got to continue to grow. There were a lot of eyes on Dylan Raiola last year, and for good reason. He is unbelievably talented, but you saw the swagger that he brings to the offense and that X factor and demeanor he really brings to the team. They believe in him. They were able to win a lot of close games a season ago. I think it's not about resting on your laurels. It's about taking the next step to try and be better.
He'll try the left side. No, it's a fumble. A fortuitous turn of events to keep possession of that one. And the Huskers want to move quickly. The handoff to Johnson. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
That's a great-looking run there. Nebraska has had such a great lineage at running back. When you think back to the great Roger Craig or Amon Green, Lawrence Phillips, or Rex Burkhead, they always seem to be pumping somebody up into the NFL. This guy has a chance to play on Sunday because of his skills.
And this one will be stopped for no gain.
And I love when defenses see pulling guards, because what you're supposed to do is run through immediately. If you're a linebacker, you see a pulling guard, I'm running through that gap. If you're a defensive lineman and that guard pulls in front of you, I run down the line of scrimmage and chase. Great job seeing that puller, making a play, getting a tackle for him.
And they'll stop him just short of the 1st down, just inches away from moving the sticks.
And that was a nice throw by the QB. When you see that drag route coming across the field, how about putting the ball right on his numbers? Not high, not low, where he has to stop his momentum. Right on the numbers where he can catch it, keep running, and chew up some yards after the catch.
A quick pass on the fly motion. Just nowhere to go against this defense to find that single yard he needed on 3rd down.
That's a great job executing up front by the defense. They looked like they were ready for that play, and that was a bit of a more unconventional look from the offense on 3rd down, but the defense was there to make a big stop.
The Cornhuskers will try to convert on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Big tight end makes to grab first down, still on his feet. They bring him down, but he's got a first and goal from the 10.
At the 10-yard line. First and goal, Nebraska.
It's been a defensive battle through the first period, and the stats tell that tale. Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm here in the second. Starting off this quarter close enough to smell the goal line. They'll use the running game on first and goal. The draw draws nothing except a swarm of tacklers. He's stopped immediately.
Man, the defense was in there in such a hurry. They didn't even let that draw develop. Got to him so quick.
You know, the draw play has to look like a pass and not look like you're faking a pass. And I think there, it was pretty evident they were trying to run the draw.
Well, short completion setting up third down now. Who is your best playmaker that you can target in this area of the field?
After a drive this long, a field goal would be a punch in the gut. It's third and goal. Picked off to stop the threat. He's brought down. A short return, but the defense comes out on top with the pick.
And how about the rough starts for these offenses? 2 possessions, 2 turnovers. These quarterbacks, you trust them early, first drives to get something going. Both of them turning over to the other team. Let's see which one can get...
Trying to take it back. Past the 50. The 40. And that tackle almost certainly saved a touchdown after he ripped off a huge gain.
And this defense is figuring out early in this football game, man. They've got to be dialed in because this passing attack, it's lethal because they get it to their speedsters, and after the catch, they're really good. Got to tighten up that coverage and get those guys on the ground when they catch the football.
Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down. These routes have some reads and adaptability built in, and the big fella found that cushion and made the play.
Man, it's so awesome how much offenses have evolved. They know exactly what they're getting, where to sit down, quarterback, tight end, on the same page, gets the first down.
Man, this quarterback's been in a nice rhythm all drive, hasn't he? He's just playing on time. He's making good decisions. He's now got the offense at first and goal. I'd let him throw it down here. He has earned that right.
He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And listen, it's tough. It's a tough proposition. This is a top 10 defense against the run. You know they're physical. You know who they are. But you're not going to bat an eye. And you're going to challenge your guys, especially in the red zone, to be more physical, to be able to continue to run the football against a really good defense.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. This whole red zone offense thing has been a little shaky. They've been stopped twice already. Maybe they ought to try to score from deep. Wants to throw for it on third and goal. Complete and looking for enough for the first down.
Well, it was a great effort throwing to the running back that time. He was almost able to get in on third down. The defense makes the stop. Now it's decision time. Fourth, you're very close to the goal line. You've got this running back in the backfield. What do you do?
Looking downfield, it's Pavia. It's incomplete. A fourth down stop and the turnover on downs.
Nice job by the defense. Great pass defense, getting in the lanes, doing a really good job understanding they were going to throw the football in this fourth down. They played it well. Incomplete pass. Defense turns to offense.
They'll give it to Johnson. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe. 2nd and 7.
And you know exactly what time it is when you get down here in the red zone. You got to be able to run the football. But when you got a back like this who punches the ball in the end zone consistently almost every single game, you are going to feed that animal the rock.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. Gets that thing away from the goalpost. He's got 5 out to the 10-yard line.
And, you know, when we talk about great third down defenses, it really starts with them getting stops on first and second down. You've got to get those stops early in the drives to set up 3rd and long, so that's a missed opportunity on that 2nd down by this defense.
The Huskers come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive alive. He'll throw on 3rd down. He's got an open man. Coming out, attacking from deep in their own end, and they're out at the 26 with a 1st down. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on 3rd down.
The best one. I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Wants to go up top. Snagged in the middle. It's Barney. Out across the 30 to the 39 after getting 10 on that one.
And as soon as the receiver caught the ball, you saw the quarterback start communicating to his teammates what the next play was going to be, because they're now changing the tempo and going fast.
And he doesn't find much running room. A short gain on the play.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They'll get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Solid pickup of 4 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 6. The handoff to Johnson. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. This defense will try to force a 4th down on 3rd and short from the 45. Dropping back, it's Raiola. Oh, they're after him. Catch in the middle, it's Johnson. 3rd down conversions are huge, and they've got one, and they're at the 35.
This running back is a weapon. Not only is he going to hurt you in the run game, but they're going to throw it to him, and they're going to throw it to him on 1st down, 2nd down, and 3rd down, as you saw right there.
The short hands, it's key. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the 1st. And the Huskers with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. There he goes!
And, you know, big chunks like this don't happen unless you commit to the run game. You got to get those big boys up front into the game, understanding I want to knock people off the football, create some holes like you do here for my running back, make the game easy.
And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
You know, defensively, you live by the blitz and you die by the blitz. That time, they dialed it up into the run play, and the linebacker able to make a nice tackle.
Motion from the back. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front. Referee signals timeout as the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. Well, play of the drive coming up, but they've got a long way to go here on 3rd down. He's looking downfield to throw. And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Nebraska!
And the offense breaks the tie, takes the lead, gains some momentum. How big is this, Palmer, now going into the half with the lead, with the momentum?
Well, they break the tie, but they also break their confidence a little bit now. The opponent now has to go into the locker room probably down, and they're wondering, what adjustments do we have to make? What do we have to fix? Because we've got our work cut out for us in this game.
He'll bring it out. It's Brown. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out in the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. They'll get a chance to work on that hurry-up offense here in the final minute of the 1st half. Back to pass. It's Pavia. Fires to the right. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
I think for the quarterback, he's going to have to be so good with his eyes in this game. You're going up against one of the best defenses in the country. You've got to look guys off, especially when you're trying to throw to your primary target like he was on that last one.
Tight end now in motion. On second down, he'll try to make the connection this time. Unloads to the wideout. On target to the left. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
Moving, keeping the eyes downfield. On the move to the right, looking for a big one. Knocked out of bounds. They're in the red zone. Mark it at the 17, and they are set up.
This quarterback has found a really nice rhythm here on this drive. He just looks dialed in. He's doing a great job in the pre-snap, seeing the safety rotation, and that time saw the one-on-one matchup to take a shot, and he hit it. He's in a really...
Touchdown, Commodores! Made the grab in the end zone for the score.
Well, that was a huge touchdown late here in the first half for their confidence offensively. They want to be able to keep this thing close, obviously, or take the lead going into the second half. So if they kick the extra point here, you tie it up. But you've also got the option here to be aggressive and try and take the lead with a two-point conversion. We'll see what they do.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Just enough time for one final play of the half. Looking to throw, it's Raiola. Pass falls incomplete, and there are still 3 seconds left.
And that's one the offense just needs to be able to hit, right? That's a completion they should be able to hit in their sleep. Receivers got to do a better job.
Behind the chains now on second and long. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. He lofts one down the sideline. Incomplete. They took a shot to wrap up the half and came up empty. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. The Commodores will kick it off to start the second half. Fielded in the end zone. It's Bell. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean, it's been a little bit of back and forth and a feeling out process. And now once you get in the second half, who's going to get aggressive, Palmer? Who's going to take some shots, try to make some plays, and really go for it?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think as play callers right now, you learn a lot about these coaching staffs with respect to who does make the best adjustments. There's a lot of coaches that believe we're just going to be who we are. We're going to keep doing what we do. We're just going to do it better. But then there are others that tweak things a little bit on offense and on defense. We're going to find out here.
The Cornhuskers are at the line looking to convert on third and short. They'll go to the air on third and short. Grabbed in the middle. It's Key. He'll make a play on third down. He's got enough for the first as they mark it at the 32.
Really nice job there by the quarterback, understanding that it's zone coverage on third down. You're going to have to find someone working into a soft spot, get the ball out of your hands quickly, make an accurate throw, and pick up the first. Well done.
And that's not the way they drew it up. It's incomplete.
Another incompletion, and I've said that a lot, and these teams are just struggling. I mean, the offense just doesn't know what to do. Nothing's working. Ground game, throw game. It's kind of been a rock fight on both sides.
Just not quite able to make the connection. It's incomplete. Sometimes those big targets at wide receiver almost spoil you. You think, just throw in the area code. Well, that didn't work that time.
No, might need to get a new phone. That phone didn't work if you were searching for the area code because he definitely wasn't on target.
It's a seam wide open at the 30. A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the first down. The Huskers moving quickly to the line.
And that's a first down for the offense.
The give on the inside. They get him down, but he was driving his way and gets it down to the 7-yard line. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. On the ground, it's I. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here.
Yeah, you want to be physical. You want to assert yourselves. And listen, I know this is a top 5 defense against the run in college football, but you got to believe you can do it and continue to stay balanced and run the football and be physical down here in the red zone.
Running with the fullback. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be first and goal.
And David, this is where I think you could have excelled. You're a great defensive end. There's other positions you could have played. Fullback, I know, being one of them. How about that guy there picking up the first?
That's a nice job. Don't make this hard. Don't make it overly complex. We've seen the big fellas block all the time. Give him a bone, reward him. Now he'll block harder and he'll block longer in the future.
A first down run on the doorstep. They've got the play bottled up. Fumble, it's out. Once that ball was loose, offense didn't have a chance. Defenders everywhere. It's a turnover.
You know, David, I like the play call in this situation of the game, putting it on the ground, trying to be physical deep down in your opponent's territory, trying to break this tie and win the game, but man, you've got to have better ball security.
Yeah, and you got to find a way defensively to make plays. And it doesn't matter how pretty it is, but they did just that. Like, make a play late in the game, tie ball game, force a turnover, give your offense now a chance to go win this football game for you.
From the gun, the running back looking for room. That play won't make the highlight reel except in the coaches' meetings as he works his way to the 39. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Wide receiver comes in motion. Back to throw, it's Javier. And he dropped it. It looked for all the world like that would be a catch, and he just got too excited.
And that can be frustrating to watch running backs not make plays like a receiver, but they're not a receiver. And a lot of times when they have the guys around them, the focus that receivers have it doesn't exist in them. And you can tell just dropped the football, lost a little bit of focus, but I think those footsteps were close enough where he hurt him.
And the Commodores will send out the punt unit. The punters have had the day off up to this point, first one of the game. Now on the return. Creating solid coverage there, and they'll stop him at the 26. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. And points have been hard to come by in this one. They'll try to put together a drive. Here's the handoff. And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle. Man, oh man, the ball carrier was just shut down.
And I tell you what, they need some push up front too, right? They got to move those defensive linemen out of the way, at least create a hole so your running back has a chance. Not there, he didn't have it.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking to fire. Grabbed behind the line. It's Johnson. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the first down.
Yeah, and you're going to see this offense find different ways to get this running back involved. It's not just going to be on handoffs, and they're certainly going to line him up in different places and even throw.
Looking for a man. It's Raiola. Lets it fly. Intercepted. Big play. Stops the drive. He'll try to take it back. A really good return after the interception puts them in business at the 29.
And that's why as quarterbacks you cannot telegraph the pass. You cannot stare down your receivers because these defenders, they're watching you. And that defender knew exactly where the QB was going with that football, and that's why he picked it off.
Turning it on. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
When the running back gets going and gets ahead of steam like that, so hard to get to the ground. That's why you blitz. That's why you bring pressure. That's why you bring more guys in the box so you can get him before he gets going. But once he got going, you could tell it was hard to get a hand on him, hard to get him to the ground.
He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Looking for a gap. It's Alexander. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in.
I think that was an example of the offensive coordinator trying to help out his quarterback. He's trying to keep these third downs manageable. You know, you throw the ball on second down and it's incomplete. Now you've set up third and long, and now you're set up to fail.
They'll turn to the Wildcat to keep this drive alive. On the direct snap, it's Alexander. And with that one, they jump on top here in the second half. A quick strike, just as we expected.
Yeah, and quick strikes are easy when you got such great field position. Obviously, when the offense starts in such a good spot, it puts the defense in a bad position, and the offense takes advantage.
And they did tack on the extra point. They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. The give to the tailback. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Well, guys, Vanderbilt has the lead here as the quarter comes to a close. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the fourth. It'll be second down as we open the final stanza. Looking to throw, it's Raiola. Got his man in the middle. No chance to run, but still a good gain.
You just get the feeling this defense is going to make it hard on them, right? They've got the lead, it's late, and they're going to try to tackle everybody inbounds. Offense is going to have to really work for this and be smart. You got to attack the sideline. You got to throw.
And here's the third interception of the night. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
And some guys just have a knack of finding the football, and he is one of them. Like, you can just tell when the ball's in the air, he's like, that is mine. His second big game-changing play in this football game.
Got out of trouble and throws. And they get him down.
I love an offense that wants to stay aggressive. Even when you've got the lead late in a game like this, right, you still try to find your playmakers and get them the ball in space, and that is exactly what this offense is doing.
Motion from the wide receiver. Going to take a shot on second and short. Grab near the marker. It's Alexander. Touchdown Doors! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. They extend this lead, and it looks as if they are going to make it 2 wins in a row. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Fellas, it has gone final in the ACC, a matchup we've been keeping a close eye on. Syracuse is going to walk off the field there inside the dome with a much-needed victory. They had this one circled on the calendars for some time, and regardless the score, that W has to feel good. One team will rise in the ACC standings, while the other is going to sink like a stone. The harsh reality of college football when conference foes face off, fellas.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there, Kevin. Thanks for the update. Catch in the middle, it's Johnson. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down.
Well, and here's the problem offensively. Because you're trailing by so much so late in the game, the defense now is going to be playing big zone coverages, and they're going to allow you to throw the ball underneath in the middle of the field, rally to make a tackle, and bleed the clock. It's going to be hard now for this offense to claw their way back in this one.
And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on. This quarterback desperately wants to make a chunk play, but they're going to be deepest to deepest, widest to widest. He's got to be patient.
No doubt. Situational football is probably one of the most underrated, untalked about things, like understanding the situation. I have the lead. They have to take shots down the field. I'm going to play pass. I got to rush the passer. I got to keep him in the pocket. All those things come into play throughout this game.
All kinds of room to throw that one in there.